On the 1st of January 2024, the Al-Qassem Brigade unveils a new rocket named the Al-Qassem M90 Rocket with a message inscribed on it saying, "Tel Aviv will burn, Jerusalem will be liberated." The Al-Qassem Brigade released a video which showed them at an undisclosed location operating a multi-rocket launcher with 8 slots, right? And them loading the Al-Qassem M90 rockets. Now, the M90 in the Al-Qassem M90 rocket basically stands for the range at which this rocket can operate in. M90 stands for it can operate at a range of 90 kilometers. Now, there are reports, right, that came out stating that this specific rocket had managed to destroy the Iron Dome, right, which were based in Israel, right? So this means that Hamas has discovered the second way in which you can actually bypass or destroy the Iron Dome. The first one was basically seen in October 7th of 2023 when there were short-range Al-Qassem rockets, right? Al-Qassem rockets are basically homemade rockets, right? Um, that operate at a short range, right? The way that they defeated the Iron Dome system was to overwhelm the Iron Dome system with these short-range homemade rockets. They don't have a guidance system, right? But they are very effective in overloading and confusing the Iron Dome. So the first method which was deployed was to overwhelm the Iron Dome with short-range missiles, which were homemade, basically named the Al-Qassem rockets. Now, the second one is clearly seen is by using rockets that operate at a range slightly beyond, right, the short range air defense capabilities, right? The Iron Dome can operate at a range of about 70 kilometers, right? But the Al-Qassem M90 operates at a range of 90 kilometers, right? So, but they were able to actually destroy the Iron Dome system, right? So it means they discovered the second way to bypass or destroy the system. It is to use a slightly longer range missile, right? So that it cannot be detected by the Iron Dome, right? And in such a way that it is able to destroy the various components of the Iron Dome. On New Year's Day, Hamas bombarded Israel with a number of these Al-Qassem M90 rockets, right? Particularly, they pointed their rockets to the heart of Tel Aviv. They also shook Ashdod using these Al-Qassem M90 rockets. Even Ashkelon, right, was shaken by these rockets. Ashdod is 40 kilometers south of Tel Aviv. Ashkelon is 50 kilometers south of Tel Aviv, but 3 kilometers away from Gaza. Sirens were triggered in Ashkelon. Sirens were triggered in Ashdod. Sirens were even triggered in the main capital city of Israel, Tel Aviv. These Al-Qassem M90 rockets were launched from something known as an M90 MLR. An MLR stands for a multi-rocket launcher, right, with an adjustable platform. These rockets were named after a Hamas fighter leader named Ibrahim Makadme, who was killed in 2023. It is quite shocking that after two phases of the military operation that the IDF has conducted in Gaza, there are still rockets being launched from the northern Gaza and the central parts of Gaza, where you actually find Gaza City. The Israeli have claimed that they have completed their military phase, particularly the first one, right, in surrounding and demilitarizing, right, the northern parts of Gaza. They did this through basically a ground invasion, right, bringing in tanks and certain technologies, right, and actually putting in soldiers on the ground, right. They did the same thing in the central parts of Gaza, right. Now they are focused on the southern parts of Gaza, right. But the funny thing is, Hamas is still fighting, right? There are still rockets which are still being launched from the northern parts of Gaza and the mid parts of Gaza, right? There are rockets still being launched from the southern parts of Gaza, right? So, what military success operation are they talking about, right? Because if you have neutralized an area, right, you have managed to take over the territory, right? It means that you have managed to destroy all military positions, all military installations, right? But there are still um, uh, missiles and rockets, right? With this a rocket known as the Qasim, the Al Qasim M90 rocket, right, being released and used, right, against Israel, right? So I don't think Israel Defense Force has been very successful, right, in neutralizing the military positions and military personnel that have entrenched themselves within the Gaza tunnel system. IDF soldiers are still being ambushed in Gaza City, right? Particularly in the central parts of Gaza, right? They're still ambushed. Their tanks are being attacked. Their equipment are still being destroyed, right? In the places that they claim that they have neutralized. And there's a number of reports that are actually claiming that the IDF has been lying about the number of casualties and injured that have been mentioned by them, right? Apparently, over 300 uh, IDF soldiers, right, have died in combat during the invasion of the Israeli Defense Force in Gaza.